Hey, what's up, everybody? Avram Gonzalez here. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Let me know in the comments below if you can hear me okay. I'm just super excited, super pumped up for you to be here. I see in the comments so far, I got my little monitor over here so I can check the comments, chat with you guys as we go through today's presentation. Looks like we've got Olivia here. Hey, Olivia. Nikki's here. Yay, Nikki. Tanya is here from British Columbia. Hey, Tanya. T-Mac Cowboy, or TMA Cowboy. Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey from Kansas City. Sydney Allen from New York. Hey, Sydney, how you doing? Jerwin, hey, what's up, buddy? Pleasure to see you. Right, I'm excited to have you on this 8-week journey coming up here. Terry, hey, Terry, how you doing? From Sydney. All right, so we're in different parts of the world now. I love it. Ray is here from New York. Got a couple of you from New York. New York represent. Terry is here. Let's see. I said Terry already. And more people seem to be jumping on it all the time. Max is here. Hey, Max. Maria. Hi, Maria. All right, let's get started. Let me comment below if you can hear me okay and things are working out well on your end. Just let me know. Once I get confirmation from you, we will jump in to the show. All right, cool. Looks like the feed's working over there. So, hey, today's going to be awesome. Today is going to be really awesome. I have something really special to share with you, something that's close to my heart and is now becoming a bigger and bigger part of other people's lives. When I was growing up, and even when I was 8 years old, 10 years old, I found myself as an only child sitting in my bedroom, looking out the window, counting the bricks across the street on the house across the street. When I closed my eyes, I could picture it. I knew where the trees were. I knew, the way the wind blew most of the time. I knew all this stuff. And when I spent literally hours and hours looking out the window, what was I doing? I was dreaming of a different future. I was dreaming of a different possibility. And back then I didn't know exactly what it would look like. Right? It would take almost 20 years till now to fully realize my purpose for being put here on this earth and my purpose for being here really with you today over the next 60 minutes, right? I'm here for you. If you've got a message, if you've got a gift, if you've got something buried deep down inside of you that's just dying to get out, I'm here for you. I want to help you unleash it. And I want to help you get paid handsomely for it. See, it's my belief that the people that are changing the world are the ones who deserve all the money, all the wealth, and all the riches that the world has to offer. I think the time is over. The time is done for corporations like Monsanto to be ruling our food system, with their money and their lobbyists. I think the time is done for people like the Koch brothers to be running our energy economy with the billion dollar fortunes that they've amassed inside the oil industry, right? I believe in a world, and I know that you're here in the right place if you believe in a world where everybody deserves to thrive, everybody deserves to prosper, and everybody deserves a chance at total transformation. And my goal, my target for you here today is to have that transformation, is to have that breakthrough, and to literally walk out and have an identity shift from the time that you started this webinar right now and the time that you get off. So I want you to stop for a second, okay? And I want you to, first of all, turn off all distractions, right? So I know you've all got a smartphone, all right? If you want to get the most out of this short time together, turn it off, okay? Turn off Facebook, turn off Twitter, right? All that stuff can wait. If you want a real breakthrough, right? If you want a real breakthrough, I promise you the distractions will come up and they'll be tearing you. They'll try to tear your attention away from the important stuff that's right here in order for you to have it. So turn off all distractions and also take a moment to check in with you. How you doing today? How you feeling? Right? Where's your energy at? And take a moment to expand your energy out in all directions. Right? Feel the edges of your energy expand beyond just your body. And start to drink in the amazing wealth and abundance that is truly all around you. What I'd like for you to witness and get out of our time here today is an acknowledgement that money is literally everywhere, right? If you're here and you've been struggling for a while, or even if you've made a lot of money, but you continually have the ups and downs with money, it's like the roller coaster that you can't seem to get off of, that you absolutely hate. Like, it's not a fun type of roller coaster with money, okay? I want to help you smooth that out, okay? Because no matter where you are, I've been where you are, okay? If you know me, cool. If you don't know me already, now I'm a very successful, multiple six-figure entrepreneur who creates programs, coaching programs, networks that help people make more money, help people break through, help people bring their message and bring their gifts to the world and get paid for it, right? But it was 5 or 6 years ago that I was working at my dad's dry cleaner getting paid $10 an hour, okay? I'd been struggling with law of attraction and spiritual development, personal development for 5, 6 years. I was reading all the books, going to the seminars and stuff. And man, it just did not seem like anything was sticking, right? And it took a couple of years of that sort of struggle, almost 6 years of that struggle, to sort of find the sweet spot of what it takes to transform your financial reality. I want to share with you tonight what that sweet spot is, okay? Because I went to all these events and I was looking for my breakthrough. And yeah, I had shifts. I had stuff that happened that was cool, right? I had some breakthroughs. But I would get what I call like the seminar suntan. Do you know the seminar suntan? So I want you to listen closely and then tell me in the comments below if you've had the seminar suntan or you know what I'm talking about, right? It's where you go to an event, you go to a workshop, you get tons of great information, you get all hyped up on the energy of the people that you meet there, okay? And you just get pumped up. You're super motivated. You're just blasted out of your mind sometimes, right? Especially if you go away for like a week-long retreat. I remember when I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive with T. Harv Eker. Anybody been to that one? Anybody been to the Millionaire Mind Intensive? Drop that in the comments below if you've been to that one. First time I went, it's back in like 2010, and I came back and I was so excited. I started talking to my parents about all the stuff I'd learned, and they looked at me like I had 17 heads, because the words that were coming out of my mouth were so different than the words that they'd heard coming out of my mouth just a few days previously before I'd gone into that weekend-long workshop, right? You go into a workshop like that or an event, and you can have a massive shift over the course of a few days. But what happens? You come back home and you experience exactly what I did. Whereas like my parents, they did not get it. My friends, they did not get it, right? I went from a world that felt totally expanded, totally light, totally like I was in my power, and I went back to a world where nobody got it. And try as I might to hold on to the breakthroughs and the transformation, every day I slipped a little bit further, right? As the negatrons, right? The friends and the family members and the stuff that didn't get the transformation that I'd gone through, that were still putting a label on me, putting me in this old box of what they thought I was, not what I'd become. Those thoughts, as much as I resisted them, slowly seeped back in. And within just a few months of attending that event, I was right back where I started. I was right back where I started, wondering, where did the transformation go? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to my transformation? It slipped away so slowly every day that I was like, what? Like, where did it go? Was there one simple thing? No, right? It was thousands of little choices, unconscious choices from living in an environment that wasn't conducive to me maintaining and growing on my breakthroughs that are all slipped away, slipped through my fingers, right? See, that's the problem, right? That's the problem. You know, you might pay thousands of dollars to go to a workshop or an event, right? Here's the thing. Every workshop, every event, every like time that you can go get immersed with other people, that is one of the best ways for you to break through. Nothing beats it, right? Nothing beats being in the same room, right, with a speaker or with other participants, you know, who totally get what you're talking about, totally get what your mission is, totally get where you're coming from, right? Nothing beats it, but it does cost thousands and thousands of dollars and tons of your time to go experience those things, right? It's like if you want to learn French, what do you want to do? Well, you want to go stay with a French family in France, right, for 3 to 6 months, and within 3 to 6 months, you'll be speaking French, okay? The thing is when you move back home, if you don't use it, you start to lose it, right? I know this because I watched my mom grow up in France, right? Well, I didn't watch her grow up in France. Like she grew up, you know, before she had me, right? You know, when she doesn't go over, you know, to Belgium and France and stuff for a couple of years, she sort of starts to lose it. She sort of forgets the language. This is what happens to you when you go to an event where you listen to an audio or you read a book, and then you have to go back to your real life. Can you relate? Let me know. Can you relate to this? Like, this is the seminar suntan, right? Because it looks great. You look sexy as hell when you come back, right? But it disappears almost as fast as you found it. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had the seminar suntan. If you've ever had the seminar suntan, right? Because look, I mean, this is real. I mean, real, right? And what I want to do for you today is give you the solution to that. I want to explain to you a few different, you know, formulas that I've found that work to maintain and create massive financial shifts. I have some people that I want to introduce you to tonight who have had massive financial shifts with the information that I'm sharing with you, because I have never found anything quite like InspirACTION, right? I've never found anything quite like InspirACTION, which I'm going to talk a little bit about tonight, that has allowed for such swift, fast, and almost effortless transformation, right? And the kind of transformation that sticks around for a long time, right? Because here's the deal. Let me take a drink here really quick. Looks like people are saying, yeah, like, I've been in Millionaire Mind Intensive, totally resonate with what you're talking about. Max is for real. You know, here's the deal. You've probably bought a lot of ideas that are simply not true about transformation, right? Everybody says you got to change your mindset in order to have a breakthrough. I don't believe that at all. I think if the logical mind had all the answers, we would have figured this shit out a long time ago. I mean, seriously, like our logical mind is pretty dang evolved. We have like all these computers and all this technology now. If we wanted the answers, you know, to true wealth, money, and abundance, and we could just get that through the logical mind, we would have done it a long time ago. You'd be rich. It's like, how much is your mind working constantly? You would have figured it out, right? You would have figured it out. That's why I think like mindset stuff is sort of like a Band-Aid. Well, what goes beyond the mind, right? What controls the mind? That's the question you have to ask yourself. What controls the mind? What is in control of the mind? You know, because you probably heard like the whole like, you know, your beliefs shape your attitudes, shape your actions and behaviors. And like, you've heard that model before, right? You've heard that model. But what influences your beliefs? What influences your actual special point of view? It's the energy, right? It's the energy that you are. It's like, you ever notice like when you talk to certain people, you love to be around them. You love their energy, right? And then other people, it's like you want nothing but to like just get away. Like, get away from me, right? Why is that? Because of the energy, right? And that's a very simple example to demonstrate for you that with money, it's the same exact thing, okay? It's your energy and it's what you're willing to be that determines how much money, wealth, and abundance that you attract and that you keep, okay? Because I know plenty of people that make a ton of money and they're freaking broke the next month or 6 months from now, right? And they're riding the roller coaster. They make millions of dollars a year and they're still riding the roller coaster. Why? Because the energy isn't right. They've been working on their mindset, but they have not addressed certain things that are sitting below the surface that shape all of your behaviors, all of your actions, all of your beliefs, and everything. If you change the energy, right? If you change the energy, and I hope you're taking notes because I'm dropping bombs right now, right? If you're not getting it, right, it's okay. Just listen closely because I'm dropping gold bombs on you right now, okay? If you change the energy that's underneath everything right now, can you imagine like a house of cards, right? You know, you take the cards, you stack them up. I'm not talking about the TV show, right? Oh, that's entertaining too, right? But you take the house of cards, you build them up. And when you shift the foundation, what happens? Or you pull a card out, the whole entire thing crumbles, right? In the same way, you can make one tiny change to your foundation energetically, and boom, everything can start to change and shift, right? And I've seen that with people in my program. I'm going to introduce you to some people here in a little bit who literally went through parts of my InspirACTION experience, okay? And within 48 hours, within 2 hours, within 24 hours, had massive windfalls of cash. Why? They changed the energy, right? They changed the energy. That's it, right? So I want to address some of these problems here tonight, okay? And get into some of the content here. I want to give you the solution to all this stuff. I want to give you the solution to the workshop, seminar, suntan, okay? I want to give you the solution to moving beyond survival mode, right? Of not being able to pay your bills, you know, not being able to like take your kids out for ice cream, for heaven's sake. You know, when you're stuck in survival mode, it's almost like you can't see anything else. And it's hard, right? It's pretty terrible. You know that you can be so much more, but you can't because you're too busy worrying about money. Okay, I want to give you the solution to that too. I know these are big promises, but I believe what I have for you and what I have for you tonight, if you hang out, you stick around till the end, is hugely and massively transformational. So I promised you that if you were here live, I would give you a really special, spectacular gift. So that's actually what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to read the comments here, see what's up with you guys. Get a little bit quiet, a little bit quiet. Speak up. There's like 50 of you here right now. And there's like less than 10 people commenting. Let me know that you're here, that you're ready. Who wants the gift, right? Who wants the gift? What I want to give to you is actually the entire first week's worth of audios for my InspirACTION Experience 8-week group coaching program. I just want to give that to you right now. You can download it right now. So as soon as I get 10 people in the chat saying, give me the audios or I want the audios, I'll go ahead and I'll post that link here in the chat. But look, here's the thing. I'm going to give you another lesson, okay? Those who sit on the sidelines and do not talk, do not take action, if nobody knows that you fucking exist, and yes, I'm cursing, okay? If you're offended, sorry. Sorry, not sorry, okay? It's just a word. Who cares, right? I use it for emphasis. If nobody knows that you exist, good luck making more money, right? Good luck. Good luck making more money if nobody knows that you exist. If you are the person that is sitting in chat constantly, that you don't make yourself known, you don't even say hello, you actually don't want change, right? You would rather sit and watch people have change than have yours. Like that's the reality of it, right? Most people are sitting and watching other people experience the change instead of having it as their own. Look, if that's you, are you tired of that? I know there's a certain point that I got tired of it back in 2010 when I decided to make a change, when I decided to take InspirACTION, right? I got off the sideline. I jumped into the game. Are you ready to get in the game? All right, so now we're getting some comments here. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and playing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this link here, and you can download it instantly. All right, so let me see here. All right, somebody said, you don't know how tired I am of that. Yeah, well, if you're tired of it, the next step is to take action on it. I'm going to give you what you need to do to take action on that. So I've just put the comment down there in the comment box. I'm going to actually feature it. It's going to stick it up on the top. You can download that. And then anybody that comes by and watches this replay later, sorry, you don't get it, right? Got to show up. Got to show up for your breakthrough. It's just how it goes, right? Dude, the universe rewards those who show up and are present and are ready for their breakthrough. It's like if somebody drops a sack of money on your doorstep and you're not there to pick it up, guess what? Somebody else is going to come pick it up. That's the reality, right? That's why it's so important for you to get active and let people like me know, right? That you're here, that you're ready, you know? Tanya says, I don't want to be on the sidelines anymore. A lot of people are saying thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, okay? I had some folks that went through these audios pretty recently, you know, and had some pretty massive breakthroughs, right? I'll share some of those with you later, okay? All right. Let's move into the next part. I want to give you guys some content, some great juicy stuff that you can work with. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to actually tell you a story. And there's 3 things that I want you to look for in this story. Okay, there's 3 things. So if you have a piece of paper, you might write it down and make 3 things. And if you miss them, it's okay. I will outline them for you. Okay, but this story is the total framework for what I think is your financial breakthrough. Okay, and it starts in 2010 when I made a decision to pick up a video camera and do something new every single day that I'd never done before, right? So it didn't matter if it was like I'd never hung a flag on a flagpole, right? I actually didn't do that year because I'm a Boy Scout. I've already hung flags, right? But I made it my mission to do something new every single day that I'd never done before. Why? Because I was tired of sitting on the sidelines in my life. I recognized that if I wanted something to change, I had to get in and actually actively start playing, okay? And I knew that after the summer of 2009, when I finished up school, I had to move back home with my parents. I got dumped by my girlfriend at the time. You know, I couldn't get hired. I'd go get jobs and they'd take one look at me, make all these assumptions. Excuse me. They're like, look at you with your hippie long hair and your beard. You know, are you willing to cut that stuff off to get a job? And I'm thinking, man, do I have to? But I think deep down I knew that my calling wasn't with working a job. And sure enough, it wasn't, right? It was inspiring thousands of people as an entrepreneur, making tons of money doing it. Okay. So that wasn't my calling, but I didn't know it at the time. And I struggled with that. And I struggled with finding my purpose after going to school for, you know, almost 20 years. When you finish and you don't know what to do next, it's like, whoa, when you don't have a purpose, you lose focus. When you don't have a purpose, you lose a direction. Right? And then because you don't have direction, literally you just start getting all sorts of random results in your life. Right? So what did I get? I got a full dosage of like damn near depression. Right? I was super addicted to smoking pot like constantly, right? Every day for years, right? And even worse through that entire summer. I was angry. I was frustrated with the way that I felt about myself. I pushed all my friends out. Okay. And I recognized I had some epiphanies that summer. I had 2 epiphanies, right? First one was that the reason I felt like crap was because I was no longer growing. You get that? If you're no longer growing, you're dying, right? Another form of growing is just like learning. Okay. So when you go to school and you're constantly stimulated, or you're reading books, you're listening to audios, constantly stimulated, you're always growing. Okay. So it feels good. You know, your natural state in the universe is to continually grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. That was my first realization in summer 2009, leading up into 2010. The second realization was that, well, okay, so if I could continually grow all the time, I would never be depressed ever again in my entire life. And I would never be stuck. Do you get that, right? If you're stuck right now, it's because you're not growing fast enough. I'll say it again. If you're stuck right now, It's because you're not growing, or you're not growing fast enough. Okay, you're getting in your own way. So I have a solution for this too. Okay, so through that realization, I recognize that, okay, and if I wanted to grow all the time, what did I have to do? Where does growth occur? Where does growth occur? Think about that. When do you grow? When do you grow? When you get outside your comfort zone, right? That's when you grow. That's when you grow. You get outside your comfort zone. Simple. You do something you've never done before, experience something you've never experienced before, right? You grow, period, every time. So I knew that if I got outside my comfort zone every single day in 2010, right, that there's no way that I could possibly go back to where I was, which was broke, depressed, living at home with my parents. Okay. And what I was excited to find out was that at the end of 2010, so much amazing stuff happened in my life, I could have not predicted it. Right? I built a blog for fun that year, and put all my videos on YouTube with. I didn't have a smartphone back then. Right? I had to actually buy a separate camera and put it on YouTube. I didn't know anything about that stuff. What I did not expect was the fact that I would literally make thousands of new friends on Facebook from people finding my videos all over the world on YouTube, that I would get thousands of new subscribers on YouTube, that over 250,000 people would watch my videos that year, okay? That it would then bring me to be featured on a stage at TEDx, that it would help me connect with my first business partner and learn about entrepreneurship in the first place and start making money on my own instead of wearing a suit to do it, okay? And it also led me to my soulmate, Nikki, who we're having our engagement party a week from today, which is super fun, right? And we're engaged to be married very soon. Don't have the date yet, right? We actually want to go somewhere tropical. So we're going to go vacation in some places and sort of hunt and look for the perfect location for our destination wedding. Sounds fun, right? I'm excited. It's one thing to go on vacation and just kind of chill. It's another thing to go on vacation to have a mission, right? So I'm excited to go find the perfect place for our destination wedding. And man, when we met, that was not even a possibility, right? If we wanted to get married, it was going to be probably the courthouse or a backyard wedding, okay? But anyway, I'm a little sidetracked. I'm just so excited, right, that my life changed as a result of what I'm sharing with you right now, okay? My life changed as a result of what I'm sharing with you right now. I grew infinitely that year. I went from somebody who didn't exist at all, except for in a small group of people, to somebody who I would go walk down the Friday night art walk that they have in downtown Denver here. They call it First Friday. Once a month, all the art galleries open up and you can go in and out. You can drink wine, all this cool stuff, literally dozens and dozens of galleries. Every time I go there, I get recognized by somebody who's seen one of my videos on YouTube. Are you that guy that blah, 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 ate the big burrito or did the zip line adventure in Argentina, or did sidewalk chalk with all the little kids? And it's yeah, that's me, right? That's me. I get recognized all the time. I went from somebody that didn't exist to somebody tons and tons of people know exist. And remember what I said earlier? If nobody knows that you exist, you will never be wealthy. You will never be rich. Okay? You will never become financially free, period, if nobody knows that you exist, period, right? So what's the solution to that, right? And what are the 3 things that I learned during 2010 and doing all these brand new adventures, okay? What are the 3 things? And I want you to write these down because these are important things for you to get if you truly want to transform, okay? If you truly want to transform, you have to get this stuff, okay? I'm gonna take a drink of water. You get ready. I think it's gonna rain. We've had some crazy weird weather here in Colorado recently. All these tornadoes and stuff. They don't usually get tornadoes where I am. Sort of scary. And my lovely fiance Nikki is actually in the chat. I think she's watching from our backyard right now. And she wrote a quote that her and I talk about all the time, is a quote that we actually found in a book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. And Grant Cardone says in this book that obscurity is the greatest enemy to success, period, right? Obscurity is the greatest enemy to success. If nobody knows that you exist, good luck getting rich. Okay, period. So the 3 things, right? Let's jump into the 3 things, right? And then we're going to switch things up. I got some slides. I got some people that I want you to hear from. Okay, and then I want some time. I want some time for Q&A and stuff. I think that'd be really great. So there's 3 things, right? 3 things that I want to talk to you about that I learned during that year in case you missed them. And I'm going to expand on these principles a little bit too. And this, I believe, is the key to not only me being able to achieve a lot of these sort of effortless success and wealth building that me and my partner, Nikki, have been able to do. Okay. Because, you know, when we talk to industry leaders who are in like the same business and stuff that we are, the feedback is hilarious because we tell them, they ask us like, what are you doing to generate sales? How are you making money? We tell them and they go, wait, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like the numbers don't add up. And it's like, well, when you know certain principles and you're willing to go beyond the mind, that's when magic happens, right? That's when a lot of magic happens. So you ready for the magic? Ready for the magic? Comment below. Let me know you're ready for the magic. And I'm going to share some with you right now. So the first thing, and I've talked about this a little bit in some of my recent webinars, is, and I touched on this already, is that like, okay, so what allowed me to go from being a broke college student living at home to literally like exploding my income in the span of less than 2 years, right? What allowed me to do that? That came from that InspirACTION experience that I told you about of doing all this new stuff. Okay. It was the fact that I changed who I saw myself to be. Okay. So I actually had an internal identity shift because I was somebody who was always pretty like introverted and shy. And like I still actually am. I prefer it when people come to me and engage me, honestly. And because for me, like chit chat and that kind of stuff can be a little bit difficult. And I like deep conversations with an intimate group of people. And so I had an identity shift in 2010. Okay. And what happened was I went from somebody who was scared, poopless, right? Of experiencing new stuff, talking to new people, doing new things. I went from somebody who was like that, totally scared, just letting fear get in my way, getting totally paralyzed, not taking action on things that I know that I should be taking action on. I flipped that. I turned it around in 2010, right? And I just boom, 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 boom. All my hesitation went out the window. I was getting good at making decisions really fast. I didn't overthink things. I just did them. And it's like, what do you know? Success started showing up, right? I became much, much more confident. If you watch some of my old videos from 2010, you're like, who is this guy? He looks so different. Why? Identity shift, my friends, identity shift. It's like if you're trying to, you know, here's the thing. If your house smells terrible, okay, if your house smells terrible, okay, taking the trash out can help, but you're probably going to need a full scrub down in order to get the stank out of your carpet, okay? Another way of putting this is like, if it stinks, right? If your trash stinks and you put it in the closet and you close the door, like it might stop smelling for a little bit, but it's going to creep out from under the door. It's going to infect everything, right? You know this. You know this. So why are you allowing it to happen when it comes to your personal development? Are you willing to go deep? Are you willing to really get under the carpet and scrub what's under there? Because if your house is anything like ours before we moved into this one, we had to pull all the carpets out because every summer it smelled like dog urine. Why? Even though we took a black light to the carpet, there was nothing there, right? But when we pulled the carpet back, it was like, holy Moses, all this stuff underneath, right? Couldn't clean it just by scrubbing the surface. Had to literally pull everything out and put new carpet in, right, in order to actually change the smell, right? So how did I have the actual identity shift? And how can you have an identity shift with no matter, you know, what it is that you're studying and having right now, right? It's that immersion process that we talked about, okay? When it comes to learning a new language. How did I integrate and change so fast in 2010? It was immersion. Right? I was fully immersed doing something new every single day. You can't learn that in the classroom. You can't learn that sitting in a workshop, listening to people on stage. You can't do that reading a book. You can't do that listening to audios. There's no way, right? There's no way. You can't learn that stuff that way. Gotta itch my head. Because you're not immersed, right? The second that you leave that environment, when you take the headphones off, right? When you go back to your regular life, everything disappears. All your momentum disappears, right? Because you're not immersed. That's how you change your identity. Full immersion, right? It's more than just taking action on stuff, right? It's becoming the information that you're learning about, okay? You know, I recently taught this 3-step formula to getting anything that you want out of life, right? I call it the BDH formula, okay? I think it's better than ask, believe, and receive, because I think ask, believe, and receive allows for too much room to get lost in the specifics, you know what I mean? But the BDH formula is really simple, right? Be, do, have. Okay? Be, do, have. What's the first part of the equation? It's being. Okay? And being starts with changing your identity, changing your energy, actually having a full immersion experience where something actually changes for you on the inside. Right? Because if you're a veteran to personal development, spiritual development, you know that a small change on the inside can create a huge change on the outside, right? A lot of people think that, you know, I just need to learn like the marketing strategy to have a result in my business. It's like, no, you dummy, you don't need the marketing strategy. When you change the stuff in here, all the other stuff that you look at just starts to make sense. You start to figure out your own marketing strategy. Right? You start to figure out your own personal plan to achieving wealth and success because you change it in here. You change your entire energy and it ripples out everywhere. I have so many people that came into my previous InspirACTION experience, 8-week class, that thought they needed some sort of marketing breakthrough, right? And what they got was none of that from me. Right? Because what do I know? I know that that's not what's required. And yet the people came out of the class having huge multi-$1,000 breakthroughs in their business because of the result of changing the stuff on the inside, the same exact way that I'm talking to you about it right now. Okay. So that was the first thing, right? I applied the BDH formula, the be, do, have formula. I became something different by being totally immersed. I didn't go to some far off event and become immersed and then try to reintegrate that back home. I immersed myself in my regular everyday life. Can you say the same about your workshop experiences? Like, I know that I've been to some workshops where I did bring some stuff home, but seriously, it wasn't until like I got this whole identity shift thing and I learned how to become and change the energy that I was able to actually start integrating the stuff that I brought home. Because I would go to a workshop and I'd have like this much of a breakthrough. Like, tell me in the comments, how many of you are tired of going to some sort of event or going through some sort of course and having like this big of a breakthrough? Like, how many of you want it now? You want it faster because you're seeing other people that are in the same spot that you are, that are blowing up. And you're like, why is it taking me so long? Tell me in the comments that you don't want little change, you want like massive change. Okay? Because it leads us into the second part. The second thing that I learned from my experience in 2010. Okay? The second thing I learned from my experience in 2010. Really simple. Okay? I want to talk to you about resistance. Okay? And you know, there's a great book that I read recently. So this is like 4 years after I had this InspirACTION experience where everything changed for me. I read this book and I was like, wow, like this book is, it puts into words so well what I've been trying to say, even in my TEDx talk about InspirACTION. The book is called, what's it called? The War of Art. The War of Art by Stephen Sheffield, I think is his name. I think that's his name. So not The Art of War by Sun Tzu, totally different book. The War of Art. And in this book, the author talks about a concept called resistance, okay? So resistance is every single time that you come up against your edges. So your reality is as you recognize it right now, right? And you experience the edges of your reality. And you get uncomfortable when you go outside of them, right? Can you relate? Like just nod your head yes, if you can relate. I know I can't see you, but I can feel you when you nod your head, okay? Resistance is what happens when you go up against your edges and when you feel uncomfortable. Now, our natural tendency as people is to shy away from resistance, right? But what we don't recognize about resistance is that, and this is important for you to get, resistance is your true north when it comes to massive transformation. Okay, I'll say it again. Resistance is your true north when it comes to massive transformation, especially massive financial transformation. You know, all the little things that you've been taught to manifest more money or create more money in your business, all that stuff. When you go to apply it, what happens? Resistance shows up, okay? And resistance shows up in all sorts of forms, okay? If you recognize that you're actually an infinite being and you're capable of so much more that goes beyond even our intellectual understanding, and that your point of view creates your reality, and that, you know, quantum physics is proving that just by observing a molecule, everything around it changes, right? You observe a molecule and the molecule itself changes just by you looking at it, just by applying your consciousness to it, right? So when you come up against your resistance and you have an internal battle that's holding you back from going that next extra step, it wants to keep you safe, right? Resistance is very cunning, okay? Very cunning. It's the sort of thing like when you go to take that next step forward, whether it's like writing a new email for your business or applying some new strategy or even going to a workshop. You get really tired and you're like, you know what? I should take a nap. That's resistance. That's resistance. You're not tired. You're just in resistance, right? I have seen it go so far to the point where I have literally witnessed somebody, okay? Literally witnessed somebody freeze all the pipes in their house before a big event was happening, that they were going to have a massive transformation. All the pipes froze in their basement, all the pipes burst. They had to hire a plumber. They spent thousands and thousands of dollars to fix it, and then they couldn't go to the event. That's resistance. That's resistance, right? It's all of the stuff that you allow to get in your way of having your breakthrough. When it gets uncomfortable, when it starts raining cats and dogs, you have to keep going. Why? Because resistance is telling you, hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. If you get by me, then your dreams will come true. That's the other thing that I learned. That's the second thing that I learned in 2010. When I saw an opportunity to get uncomfortable, I took it. Why? Because I knew that that discomfort, that the breakthrough that I was going to have, the relative amount of breakthrough that I was going to have on the other side of that was going to be massive, right? My eyes are getting a little dry here. I got this like light on me. If I turn it off, I'm going to look like some creepy dude like hanging out in my basement, like doing this like broadcast for you. And then like your partner or your roommate's going to come in there and be like, who is the creepy dude on your computer, you know, who's just like sitting like a little hobbit, like in his hole, and you can hardly see his face. He's like sitting in the dark. Creepy. I can't do that to you. So I'm going to have to bear with, you have to bear with me if I'm like blinking a lot. Like I feel like my eyes are drying out. Right? So that's the second thing, right? Is the resistance. If you get this, if you get that every time that you have some sort of discomfort or every time some sort of weird stuff happens in your life right before you're about to expand financially or consciously, if you get that, you become invincible in your ability to perceive exactly what to do to have your breakthrough. Every time I perceive resistance, guess what I'm saying? Boom. Yeah, baby. That's where I'm going, right? Because if I do that thing that makes me feel really uncomfortable just thinking about it, if I do that thing, I'm going to have a breakthrough. I'm going to have a massive breakthrough. I'm going to be like this much closer to my dreams, right? And then if I don't do this, I actually take a step back away from my dreams. Somebody says this just makes so much sense right now, right? Who else feels like Jay Stewart, that this is making like so much sense right now? Like, who's having a breakthrough right now? Who's having some sort of epiphany? Comment below, let me know, okay? I'm gonna get into the third thing that I learned from my year of InspirACTION and my own personal InspirACTION experience. And this one is actually what I spend the bulk of my time teaching my students inside of my 8-week course, okay? But I'm gonna give you an idea of where to start with it. If you can get the concept right, then you can start thinking of ways to go beyond this, right? And I talk about the idea of building bridges. I've been talking about this for a long time now. And actually, one of my millionaire mentors, just his name's David Wood. Some of you might know David. He actually talked about this on a webcast recently about building bridges. He used it in terms of business and creating an income, and it works here because it's like we're talking about you having your financial breakthrough. And the idea of building bridges is simple, right? The more bridges that you build that allow people to find out that you exist, right? The more wealthy that you're going to become, okay? The more wealthy you're going to become. The more stable that your income is going to become, okay? The more that you're going to be able to grow it. The more satisfied you'll be. The more unstoppable that you become. Just adding bridges, adding bridges. So what do I mean by adding bridges? What do I mean by building bridges? Okay, and why was InspirACTION, the InspirACTION experience, so effective at building bridges? Why? It's like very simple, okay? If you think of your life right now as an island, and you think of your circle of friends as a part of that island, and you think of your job as a part of that island, and you think of all of your routines as a part of that island, you think about the music that you listen to as a part of that island, you think about the hobbies that you have as a part of that island. You got this island now, right? And the only way to go beyond that island, right, is to go beyond those relationships, beyond your work, beyond your habits, beyond your hobbies, beyond your beliefs, right? If you think about your day-to-day or even week-to-week routine, how much of the stuff do you do that's actually different from day to day? Like, do you drive the same way home from work or the same way home from the grocery store every time? It's like a really interesting question. Do you take the same way home? Do you listen to the same music all the time? When you go out to eat, do you go to the same place all the time? Or like a few places? And then when you go to those places, do you order the same thing all the time, or do you order some new stuff? Do you go on the same nights? Do you have like your Friday night date night and it's always Friday? Just curious, right? Because if that's the case, you've built yourself a very cozy little island, right? And one thing that I want you to write down right now is, if you want to become wealthy, you have to recognize that money comes from other people. So again, if other people don't know that you exist, you'll never become wealthy. So what does that mean? That means going out of your way to have a longer conversation with the cashier at the grocery store, right? It means trying something new on the menu. It means going on Groupon.com to see if you can go find some fun new activity for you and your spouse to go do that you've never done before. It means going on vacation to a place you've never visited before. Why? Because it expands not only the size of your island, but it builds bridges to you. That's why I love the internet. That's why I love doing videos. That's why I love doing stuff like this, right? There's like 50 something of you here right now live, okay? Right now live that are listening to my message, right? You're here with me right now. What have I done? I've effectively built a bridge to many of you. Some of you I've met before. Some of you I've never met before. Some of you I may never meet before, right? So Tanya wrote a comment here. She said, so we have to go outside our normal. Yeah. Yeah. Do you really want normal? Like, is normal working for you right now? Is your normal working for you right now? I mean, you're here because it's not, I think, right? You're here because your normal's not working, right? You want something different, right? You want what I have. You want what my students have. You want a piece of that, right? Or you want the whole dang pie. That's how I am, right? I want the whole dang pie, right? But there's something specific about this, right? You can go out and you can build bridges willy-nilly. But, you know, if you know anything about architecture, you can't just throw a bridge up and like pray that it holds. You have to know like exactly where to put the bridge. You have to know exactly how to construct the bridge, okay? You have to know like all these different little things. What I discovered in 2010 was, man, there were a lot of bridges that I built that I could have done without. Okay, there were a lot of things that I built that I could, and experiences that I had that I could have gone without. Okay, right? I learned that, and I also learned that there were some bridges that paid off big time. Right, that paid off big time, and those are the experiences that I'm now sharing. Right. For people like you to go through and experience, because when you do them and you do them in a certain way and you do them the way that I did them, that allowed me to have a massive breakthrough, the same way that you can have a massive breakthrough. When you do them that way, okay, then you have a shift. But if you're just all over the place, I'm just going to try new stuff, right? Your transformation is not going to be as fast as you would like it to do, right? If you want it fast, you have to do the right things. You got to do them in the right way. And what's going to help you is actually having some guidance on how to do that. So I do want to share with you some of the things, right, that I did in 2010 that will help you have your breakthrough, okay? And what I want to do first, actually right now, is I want to share with you some of the people that have been doing these activities that I'm talking about, right? And some of the results that they have been getting, okay? Some of the results that they have been getting. And by the time that we're finished with that, I want to share with you how I can guarantee that you change your financial reality in the next 30 to 60 days, period. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Okay? I'm confident because I'm seeing it happen all around me. Every day I get new messages from people who are having breakthroughs with this material. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to shift my screen over really quick and share some quick slides with you, some people that unfortunately weren't able to make it here tonight to share with you their story. I do have one guest with us here tonight that I want to bring out who's seriously on fire with this information right now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this over here and give you the opportunity to really see like what's possible with this stuff. Okay, so I want to introduce you to Nancy Morrison, who in week number 1 of my program did one of the activities that we've been talking about. And her partner got an envelope from his mom, and inside of it was a check for $10,000. Okay, so it's like, boom, helped her shift the energy that was underneath all this stuff. And then, boom, big changes happened. Okay, big changes happened. You might have gotten an email from me about Giancarlo, right? Something really cool happened to him, you know, after going through the audios that I just gave you, okay? He had some massive shifts as well, right? He earned an extra $400 a month for the next 6 months because a client called him right after listening to one of the audios and rebooked him for his services. He started getting free Oracle card readings the same day, hundreds of dollars worth of online courses and classes, totally free, okay? And then the very next day, he sent me a message that he just got a call and he's on his way to his new job. right? Thank you, universe. Thank you, Avram Gonzalez, for InspirACTION. My buddy Justin Murphy, okay, before InspirACTION, he was just like not a very confident dude, okay? He became just on fire, okay? On fire. Decision making was easier, right? He has a sense of peace around all of that stuff. He doesn't have any of the hesitation anymore. And now he's making sales in his business every single day as a result of InspirACTION. Tessa's actually here on the line with me right now, so I'm going to pull her out in just a second here, and she can actually tell you what's up with her. She's got a really cool story for you, okay? My buddy Michael Lee talked about his experience being, absolutely crazy, right? Like, one thing led to another, and I started becoming more confident, finding my passions and beliefs that were very deep inside of me. There were 3 things I could have never imagined would happen during InspirACTION. First, I paid off all my debt within 2 months. Second, I ended up on a plane headed to Europe. And third, I feel like I found myself and now have total control of my life. Thank you, Avram. Tana Jay, right? Tana Jay, who unfortunately couldn't be here for whatever reason. She had some massive shifts, right? You saw the title of this webinar. It's like how Tana Jay earned $3,880 in 3 days, right? That's what happened right after she sent me this testimonial. She went and did one of the exercises that she had a lot of resistance to, right? So I coached her through the whole resistance thing. She went and decided to do it anyway. Okay, she leaned into her resistance. She embraced the transformation, and she went and did it. And then, boom! Within 24 hours, she made an extra $1,000 of totally unexpected income. Okay, and then within 3 days, made almost $4,000 of totally unexpected income. Okay, so I want to pull out some of my guests here. And actually, I think Tana Jay just showed up, which is awesome. Let me stop the screen share here. But I see Tessa. So Tessa, why don't you come out and share a little bit about what your experience has been like with the InspirACTION experience, how you were before it, and then like what's transpired for you. And by the way, it's awesome to see you here. I know it's getting late over there in the Netherlands, and I'm just so excited that you're here right now to share with people, because every time I open up Facebook, you have a new success story. Like today, you've made almost $400 today. You were at some seminar earlier. You weren't even working, and money's just coming in from everywhere. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was sitting at a seminar, had nothing to do with what I'm currently doing. Just my friends just dragged me to it. They said, pay attention to this, and I was just checking my phone every now and then, like, oh my God, just made a commission, and then oh my God, I made some more money. So I was calculating it on my phone and editing up everything, like, oh my God, that's almost $400. Oh my God, it's just amazing. And a couple of weeks ago, before this experience, stuff like that would not happen to me. I would not have stuff like that happen. And now I see results. I have people messaging me about what I'm doing. They say, I like your videos. I have people that read my blog posts for like months ago, never commented, never liked my stuff. I didn't know they existed. They were following me on Facebook, not even met my friends. And they said, well, you changed my life. You inspire me so much. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. So, and then my friends took me out to dinner after the seminar, and guess what I got? I got 2 books. They gave it to me. They got a massive value from it, so now they gave it to me, so with a sweet little card. I'm receiving stuff here. I'm just, I had a great day, and I was not at my computer working. I was just outside having fun, receiving all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So would you say that before this experience you had a lot of resistance to receiving that you weren't aware of, and that now a lot of that has changed?
Yeah, and I kind of had this experience just like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny. So yeah, I had a lot of resistance, and with the guys that I met with the books. Normally on seminars, I would go listen to the speaker, take some notes, and go home, and never interact with people. And now I have interacted with people. Now it became my friends, and now they're giving me stuff. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. You like exist now, right?
Yeah.
And before that is like a little bit of hiding and stuff going on. It's like this energetic thing where you were holding back and now you're here, and because you're showing up all the time, every day it just grows, and that's pretty exciting. That's pretty
Yeah,
exciting. Well,
it
thanks for
really
sharing,
is.
Tessa. I might have you out again here in a little bit. I'm not sure yet, but I appreciate you and your willingness to just push forward and embrace this experience and be a true testimony for people that are looking for a massive financial change, but they're not sure like what it's going to take. I think you're a huge inspiration for that, and I appreciate you. So thank you. Next up, we have Tanajay here on the line, and Tanajay, I'd love to have you out. Share just a minute or two about your experience and what things have been like and how your life has transformed over the last 8 weeks of working with me.
Yeah, so I have some new results that I don't know if I'll share. I'll probably share them here, but I know I'll at least share them with you personally because it's been amazing. I mean, before I decided to go through this InspirACTION experience, I think like a lot of people, I was well versed in the law of attraction stuff, and I could really feel the results that I was getting on an energetic level. I knew that there was something there. I was able to create some magical stuff here and there and kind of unpredictably. There's Elijah. You want to say hi? Hi. And but it wasn't something that I could duplicate on a regular basis. It wasn't something that I felt like I really had a lot of power with. And like you shared earlier, right after the very first challenge that we did, and I think that since you've like updated it with I got results with the new first challenge, by the way. That was really cool.
Right.
I like that one even better. But yeah, right after the first challenge, I just the money started coming in like that, and it's been consistent, and it's been go get that away from your dog. Sorry. Yeah, it's been super consistent. This month I'm averaging I think $720 something a day so far, which is super cool, right? Like, and I just feel totally and completely empowered. I feel like regardless of external circumstances in my life, I'm going to be able to step into any situation and just totally dominate it. Just totally show up and be there and play full out and create what I want to see in that situation because of the tools and the skills and the knowledge that I've gained from this experience. And I just absolutely love it. I want to be involved and a part of it as long as I possibly can be. It's amazing. It's life-changing. Actually, we just got home. My son, because of one of the challenges, decided to step into his power and explore something that he was really excited about and interested in today, and went for his first audition, and it went really well. So it's just my entire life has transformed. It's been amazing.
Man, that's terrible, right? Gosh, that sucks. Just, and then seeing how happy you are too. Man, that's terrible. Yeah. Well, fun to hear. I think it's just incredible what you ladies have chosen to step into and embrace. This is what's possible with InspirACTION. You take InspirACTION, and when you apply yourself and you do the right things, like you do the stuff that I've laid out for you inside of the 8-week experience, and it's like both of you every week, massive results, And I think it shows. It just shows in your smile. It shows in the fact that both of you, if anybody's friends with Tanajay and Tessa on Facebook, you're seeing it now that they're like, yeah, like I'm making tons of money. I'm having more fun. I'm making more friends. People and fun experiences are just drawn to me in a way that I've never had them before, right? So cool. Is there anything else that you wanted to add to that before I kind of like move on to the next piece here?
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Hey, I appreciate you for coming out and sharing it, and I might ask for some of your feedback and stuff at the end if you want to hang out with us for just a few more minutes.
Absolutely.
And then jump into some Q&A, because people might even have some questions for you two. Being people that have gone through the experience, they might have some questions for you. So if you have questions for Tanajay and Tessa, you can put them in the comments, and if we've got a little bit of time here, they'll come back and answer them for you. So, it's like, look, especially if you look at like Tessa before this versus after, like her confidence, totally different. Like super different. Like, would you agree, Tanajay? Like nod, like yeah, like super different. Confidence, translates into money. Have you ever met a rich person that didn't have confidence? Like, no. Like, you meet some rich people that are shy, but they have confidence in what they're about and with the service that they're providing to the world. If you don't have that, you need to get some, right? You need to get some confidence, right? We can give you that confidence so that you can translate that into actually having more money, okay? You know, the other thing that I see with the two of you is that you don't just have the seminar suntan. You don't, right? Because you've actually taken the experience and you've integrated it into your real everyday life. That's going to give you a long-lasting experience. You know, it's never going to go away. Why? Because you integrated it in your regular everyday life. And you can't get that anywhere else, right? You can't get that anywhere else. You know, you didn't have to travel across. Like, Tessa didn't have to travel all the way to the United States to have her transformation. She didn't have to spend thousands of dollars on hotel and plane travel and stuff. She just came here online, stuff like this, and she just got it, right? Didn't have to do all the travel stuff. Saved a bunch of money. Didn't have to go through the hassle of travel. Like, international travel can be, like, kind of crazy. You know what I mean? And you also didn't have to give up every waking hour of your life. You didn't have to go spend 5 days at a seminar and just turn off every other part of your life. You spent like 15, 20 minutes a day, the most, you know, when you average it out across every single day of the 8 weeks together, and you just had your transformation. And you had it fast. Have you ever had money show up? Have either of you ever had money show up that fast? So they're shaking their heads no. Never had money show up that fast, okay? Here's why, okay? And I'm going to share with you a couple more things, okay? And get into some Q&A and stuff here. And I want to share with you how I'm going to guarantee that you have massive, massive results, okay, in the next, in the next few weeks together, okay? There's 4 reasons why this stuff works. I've talked about this. It's why InspirACTION works. It's experiential. You actually have the immersion part already taken care of. You never get the seminar suntan, right? It's fully integrated. Okay, you're accountable with InspirACTION because, you know, Tessa and Tana J were together for 8 weeks, right? You know, working with my tutelage and some of the other members, right? And they kept each other accountable, right? And more important than that, we had fun. We had fun together. Okay, I think that's an important part of everybody's transformation because if it's not fun, why would you do it? You know, that's one of the rules I lead my life by. If it's not fun, why would I do it? The same thing comes to transformation. If it's not fun, why would I do it? Because it can be if you're willing to allow yourself to have it. And finally, like, this is custom fit. You know, what the ladies didn't get the chance to share with you is that every single week during the InspirACTION 8-week experience, okay, you get to actually choose your challenge, right? You pick your experience. If something really, really freaks you out, you don't have to do it. But just know that if you have the resistance and you choose to push through it, then you do have it. Like, then you have a massive breakthrough. Okay? So you get to custom choose what's going to work for you. There were some weeks that some of the challenges didn't make total sense for Tessa because she lives in a different environment than we do here in the United States, right? She lives in a big city, and some of the things that they do are a little bit different. So she was able to customize her experience to work for her, to have her breakthrough, regardless of the fact that, you know, it was a little bit different. Okay? Week number 1 is called Money is Everywhere inside the InspirACTION 8-week experience. Okay? I guarantee you will make money in week number 1. I guarantee it. Right? Not a single person that's gone through week number 1 has not made money. Okay? And Tana J just had this experience also. She went back and did week number 1 again. Okay? And had some results. Okay? Week number 1, you're going to also increase your financial thermostat so you can receive and keep more money. You're going to learn to identify and tap into hidden money sources that are accessible to you right now. So literally, money is in front of you, but you don't even realize it. Okay? I'm going to help you not only see it, but take advantage of it and start having more of it. Right? This is instant money. Okay? Week number 1. Week number 2 is called Open the Floodgates. So you're going to discover the biggest reason why money isn't attracted to you. So if money's not coming into your life right now, it's because it's not attracted to you. You're doing stuff that's actually pushing it away. We have to remove those energetic barriers in order for you to receive more money. We're going to also uncover and destroy subconscious blocks to receiving it, like we just talked about. And I'm going to help you create new and inventive ways for money to find you and increase your financial attractability factor. So I'm going to give you some ways to actually build more bridges in week number 2. So you can start receiving more money just like Tanaje and Tessa. Week number 3 is called making friends with money, right? If you're not friends with money, if your relationship with money is no bueno, good luck attracting it and keeping it. So we're going to help you heal your relationship with money so that you become irresistible to it. You're going to find out why you experience the roller coaster reality with money, the ups and downs, and start actually having more stability now. If you actually heal your relationship with money, you even out the bumps, right? And you're not so stressed out about it all the time, okay? In week number 3, you're also going to receive something that is absolutely invaluable. You're going to receive total clarity on what you want and walk away with a complete plan to get there, okay? Week number 4 is called the True Wealth Experience. Okay, I know Tanaje had a huge shift during this week as well. This, I believe, is the only real shortcut to creating wealth fast, what I'm going to give to you inside of week number 4, okay? It's super fun, too. I'm going to give you a completely foolproof plan for attracting money and wealth in increasing quantities. That's also inside of week number 4. And I'm also going to share with you the number 1 thing that will stop you from becoming wealthy and exactly how you can change it with ease. If you don't address this now, you're going to keep wondering why you're like hitting your head on your income ceiling and never breaking through it. Week number 5 is called Giving is Receiving. And I'm going to share with you a secret wealth principle that stops any scarcity mindset in its tracks. Okay? We're going to dissolve the attachments to and the significance with money so you can finally have peace of mind. You know, if you have like a love-hate relationship with money, if you love it when you have it, you hate it when you don't, that's called having significance with money. The more that you hold on to that sort of significance and that sort of a feeling or a charge about money, the more it's going to stay away from you. And like you want the opposite of that, right? You like want to attract money, right? So you need to dissolve these attachments and significance. I have processes that will allow you to do that. I'm going to share with you the giving trap. Why and when giving more can actually backfire on you and how to avoid it. This happened to me when I started making a lot of money. I wasn't aware of this, okay? And it set me back, right? It actually set me back. I want to prepare you for this eventuality when you go through this course and you start making a bunch more money. You have to know about this or you're going to go through the same sort of, you know, weird stuff that I had to go through. Maybe I'll get into that later. Week number 6 is called Kindness with Money. I'm going to help you break through your previous income ceiling and equip yourself with new tools to continue growing. This is a biggie. You're going to resolve your family programming around money that's keeping you broke and stuck. When you're growing up, you take on a lot of stuff from mom and dad. Let's just be real. And a lot of it you don't even realize that you're playing out. And that's the scary part. If you don't realize it, you can't change it. That's why week number 6 is so important. Because we're going to end the sneaky covert patterns of self-abuse with money that silently cripple you. So if you ever judge yourself for the fact that you don't have enough money, that's a form of self-abuse, right? And has abuse ever made anybody feel better? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. So week number 7 is called How to Get What You Really, Really Want. So I'm going to work with you to overcome deservability issues, feelings of low self-worth, and feeling like a burden to other people. We're going to look at how you're unconsciously settling for less and you don't even realize it. Right? You'll never get to live your dreams if you don't change this. This is huge. Okay, this is one that almost every single person that I've worked with doesn't even realize is going on until I shine the flashlight on it for them. Okay, and then I'm also going to teach you a highly powerful technique to shift, morph, and bend this reality to your will. You just have to promise me that you're going to use it for good, not evil. Okay? That's the promise that you got to make me. Okay? Week number 8 is called Stepping Up and Stepping into Your Greatness. Okay? So this is finally feeling seen, heard, and acknowledged for who you are and what you stand for. You're going to feel calm, cool, and collected, speaking in front of large groups of people and small groups of people, right? Remember, if nobody knows that you exist, you'll never become wealthy. You have to become more comfortable talking to people, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my biggest secret to having total confidence in every social situation. This, my friends, changed everything for me in 2010. And I want to give that to you because it's one of the greatest gifts that you can have in the journey of becoming truly wealthy and abundant. Okay? So obviously, we talked about all the different things that you're going to get out of this experience you know, how you're going to change, how you're going to evolve. But I want to give you like sort of like the nuts and bolts. You know, what are you actually getting when you choose to become a part of the InspirACTION experience, right? You're going to get 8 weeks of video modules and guided exercises inside our exclusive membership site. So again, every week you choose your experience. It's a custom fit curriculum and you go at your own pace. You're going to get 9 group coaching calls every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. They're recorded. You can access them at any time in case you miss one. All right. You're going to get access to our private Facebook community. You're going to also get access to 42 daily wealth code audios. So I actually sent you 6 as your, like, you know, your freebie gift for being here tonight. Okay. You're going to get 42 more of those to keep you constantly moving forward in between the group coaching calls. Okay. These audios are just a couple minutes a piece, 5 to 12 minutes. So it's not a huge time commitment thing, right? It allows you to easily move through the curriculum and not have to give up your entire life. So you're also going to get a new weekly set of power questions, right? These are the questions that I ask myself every day that allow me to move forward with confidence and continue to grow my money, wealth, and abundance factor, okay? And you're also going to get access to exclusive membership deals on private coaching with me, okay? This is stuff that's not available to anybody else, right? Normally I charge $1,000 or more for my personal time, and you're going to have the ability, if you want, you don't have to get my time at a fraction of the price. So normally if I put all this stuff together, right, and if you consider the fact that I've been working on this stuff for over 9 years, I have spent over $40,000 on travel and event tickets, maybe even more, right? This is $40,000 in the last like almost 2.5 years. That doesn't even include the first 7. But you know, the thing was, it's like I was pretty broke the first like 4 or 5, so I didn't spend a whole lot of money on my personal growth because it just wasn't there. But over the last few years, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on this information, right? So normally, if you put it all together, I could easily charge like over $4,000, right? All the video modules, the exclusive membership site, the group coaching calls alone, at least $1,000 value, right? Recordings of all the group calls and the entire past call archive, so you can go dig into the archive of all the past calls that have ever happened for InspirACTION and get more inspiration, okay? Access to our Facebook group, all the daily wealth code audios, all the power questions, all the downloadable, you know, mini ebooks and PDF documents, and the exclusive private membership deals, all that stuff together, easily over $4,000, right? Boom, 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 right? Blah, blah, blah. You can see it all here. It's a ton of stuff. I think there's actually some stuff that I couldn't fit on the page, so I had to like condense it, okay? So eventually, I'd like to charge $2,000 for this, okay? Eventually, that's what I like to charge for this 8-week experience because there's so much to it and there's so much to be gained, right? It's worth every penny, okay? But I'm still in a beta phase, right? I've had about a dozen people go through this experience, right? Just like Tanajay and Tessa. You know, we're getting huge results, and at the same time, I'm still changing the curriculum. I'm still making it better. You know, Tanajay went back and did the new week 1, right? And she said, yeah, I had a huge result with that. Maybe she wants to share it. I don't know. She went back and did it. She's like, it's better than it was when I first went through it, right? So I'm constantly tweaking and making things better. Since we're in beta, you know, $1,000, right? $1,000 for this whole thing. Except for the fact that, like, look, you're here live, you're spending a Saturday afternoon, it's probably beautiful where you're at if it's anything like where I'm at right now in Boulder, Colorado, right? I'm going to knock that price down, okay? And I'm going to actually give it to you for only $497, okay? Only $497. So I believe there's a button under this page, okay? There's a button under this page, and if you can't see it, I'm actually posted in the chat to take advantage of this special offer. Okay, because it's not going to last for long, right? I am going to increase the price on this, okay? And the next coaching session is coming up really soon, okay? So if you go to www.inspiractionchallenge.com/special, okay, I'm going to post that in the comments below. You can take advantage of the $497 offer, okay? Now, I'm going to sweeten the deal, okay? Because look, this is over 75% off the regular eventual price. I get that. And when you click the button below this video and lock in your spot, you're going to get access to this whole entire thing, okay? And remember, like, this is the beta. This is the smallest the group will ever be. You will get more personalized attention from me. Okay, you'll have more breakthroughs because you're working closer with me. Okay? So when you click on that link that I just posted in the comments, right? Or if you see the big yellow button below this video, you can click and register now and lock in your spot at $497, okay? You'll receive full access to the whole entire 8-week InspirACTION experience. Okay, our first call starts this coming Monday, right? This coming Monday, first call starts, right? And I need time, my assistant needs time to create all your membership logins and start getting you all of your bonuses, which brings me to the next part, right? Your bonuses. So since you're here right now, I want to give you something really special, okay? And I'm only going to keep this open to you if you make a fast decision and act on it right now. I'm going to give you some special fast action bonuses when you act right now before the end of the webinar. As soon as the webinar is over, the bonuses go away, okay? The first one is something that's really special. It's called How to Fall in Love with Getting Filthy Rich, okay? And if that title scares you a little bit, good. If you have resistance to that title, good. It means that your breakthrough is on the other side of it. People that paid to be a part of this workshop that me and my partner Nikki did had to pay at least $500 to be there. Some of them paid over $3,000 to be there in order to get this information. I'm giving that to you today when you take action now and you click the button below this video or you click the link below this video and you lock in your spot now for $497, right? Literally, the price of this entire 8-week course is the same as this bonus here alone, okay? I'm also going to give you the Money Magic Miracles Clearing While You Sleep audio, created by my beautiful partner, Nikki Magdalena, okay? And what this does is it helps you go beyond the mind and actually shift the underlying energies that aren't allowing you to move forward. And you can play this audio even while you sleep. You can play this audio on low volume even while you work. You can play this audio during your meditation, so you can attract even more money, wealth, and abundance while simultaneously clearing all of the stuck energy that's not allowing you to break through. And finally, as the third and final fast action bonus, okay, you'll also receive the recording of my Money Manifestation Jumpstart workshop forever, okay, forever. So you can go back, you can access that information whenever you want. It's a part of the fast action bonus today. Okay, so the entire package, when you break it all down, okay, 8 weeks of videos, access to the membership site, and the 8 weeks of videos, it's like those are the exercises and the specific things that I did in 2010 to create a massive breakthrough. It's the same exact things that both Tessa and Tanajay did to create a massive breakthrough. When you go through those video modules and you go through the guided exercises, you will have your breakthrough as well. You're going to also get access to the 9 weekly group coaching calls. You're going to get recordings of all the calls and the previous archive access to the Facebook community, new power questions every week, 42 daily wealth code audios, new power questions every week. I guess I wrote that one twice because I was so excited about it. Exclusive membership deals on private coaching with me, the How to Fall in Love with Getting Filthy Rich workshop recording, the Money Magic Miracles audio Clearing While You Sleep, and I think, again, I ran out of space, the Money Manifestation Jumpstart Workshop, lifetime access to that recording. So much stuff, it doesn't even fit on the page. All right? So it's all yours, again, for only $497. All right? Only $497. So what I want you to remind you of is the fact that when you take action now and you click the button below this video and you click the link, you're not just getting access to all this really, really cool stuff, okay? You're getting access to a totally different financial future, where 30 to 60 days from now, you could be just like Tanajay and Tessa, sitting on a Hangout webinar with me, talking about and sharing with people how amazing your transformation has been over the last 30 to 60 days. That you're going to actually look different 30 to 60 days from now at the end of this 8 weeks together. Everything that you know is true about your life right now will no longer even be a reference point for you, because we will be obliterating all of the limited thinking and subconscious beliefs that aren't allowing you to break through. Okay? One more thing I think you're going to be excited about, actually two things you're going to be excited about, okay, is this. All right? I'm going to give you a guarantee. Okay? 100% money back guarantee. If for some reason you go through this entire program, complete all the assignments, and you do not feel that you received a financial breakthrough and are more confident than when the program began, just send me an email requesting reimbursement and we'll get you sorted out. Okay? I am that confident in this material because of the fact that even with a little over a dozen people going through the program, everybody except for like one person has not had a huge, massive shift, okay? And when I say the one person that didn't, right, it's like they had a shift, but it wasn't, you know, a check for $700. It wasn't a check for $10,000, right? But now everything is starting to change, right? When I ask them, how was your experience, they're like, oh my God, everything changed. Everything changed. So much changed. Okay? That's my guarantee to you. You sign up, you go through this whole thing. If for some reason you don't feel like you got the full value out of it, you didn't, for whatever reason, create a massive financial breakthrough, this is my guarantee to you. Now, I also want to show you something else really quick that I think you'll be excited about. Okay? And it's the fact that, I'll open this page up here for you. I've actually added a payment plan, okay? I've added a payment plan for you. So when you go to InspirActionChallenge.com/special, right, you click on this button that says I'm ready, let's go. That's the link to pay just $497 and lock in your spot right now. Okay? When you scroll down the page, oh nice, Max says he's in, Jerome says he's in, that's awesome. That's awesome. Cool, cool. I love seeing people jump in, okay? So when you go on this page, InspirActionChallenge.com/special, I've actually created a secure order form for you where you can do a one-time payment of $497, okay? You can get that here, so you get about 10% off, all right? Or you can do two payments of $275 each, which ends up being $550 total. So both options are amazing. You know, if you want to choose the two-payment option, you can click this one now. You can pay $275 right now and pay $275 4 weeks from tonight, right? And so I have gotten your payment, Max. Welcome to the InspirACTION experience, my friend. Good to have you. Jerome registered last night, which is awesome. Good to have you, Jerome. I want to bring Tessa out for a second because Tessa actually chose to sign up again for the experience. So Tessa, do you want to tell people why you decided to sign up again even though you just completed it and you're having massive breakthroughs?
Well, because I feel that I'm not finished. Yeah. I've not completed it, because during this first experience we had to do some assignments. I had some problems doing some of them, you know, like it was a huge struggle to get through it. And I made it through, but you know, I know I can take it to the next level, and you know, and you will be changing stuff around as well, and changing stuff. So yeah, the main reason is just I just feel that I'm not ready, not finished yet with this. So that's why I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, there is always that next level, right?
Of
there
course,
is always that next
level.
And it's like one of those things, like once the abundance train starts going, you just got to keep feeding it fuel, you know?
Of course.
Just got to keep feeding it fuel. So we got Max jumping in. Jay Stewart says he's jumping in. Jay Stewart, let's see it, brother. When I see it, I believe it. When I see it, I believe it. Did you invite Jay Stewart? Is that you, Tessa?
I think that's Josh. He was just talking to me on Facebook.
Awesome. So here's what's gonna happen next, right? First of all, if you have some questions for Tanajay, Tessa, or me about the experience, go ahead and put that stuff in the comments section below. I would love to field your questions. You know, if you're wondering anything, right? Could be logistical stuff. You know, could be about some of the content stuff we talked about. Put that question below. We'd love to answer it for you. Okay? Because here's the thing: if you don't ask the question, you don't actually receive the transformation. So, yep, we got Josh Stewart in the house, jumping up into the InspirACTION experience. Welcome to the InspirACTION experience, Josh. It's a pleasure to have you. I will have my assistant reach out to you within a few hours tonight, and start getting you plugged in, both you and Max and Jerome. You're going to get an email from my assistant as well. Get you guys plugged in. There's a bunch of people that registered earlier this week, and our first call actually starts this coming Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, you got to register now if you want the fast action bonuses that I just laid out for you, right? If you want access to the How to Fall in Love with Getting Filthy Rich workshop, if you want access to the Magic Money Miracles clearing while you sleep audio, I forget the name of it, audio by Nikki, and you want the lifetime recording of the Money Manifestation Jumpstart, you must get that now. You must register now before we end the live cast tonight in order to get those. The second that I click the button that says stop broadcast, you lose access to those bonuses. Okay? You lose access to those bonuses. Right? The universe and I, we're homies. Okay? We're homies. And we like to work together, because I found out that when you work with the universe and you work together, magical things happen, right? And so the universe rewards you for taking fast action. It does. He or she who hesitates eats last. I don't know if that's a saying, but I think that's something close to a saying. So I just felt like saying it, right? But hesitation will never get you what you want. Action gets you what you want. Action is what you need to take right now. Because if you've been sitting on the sidelines, like we talked about, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, now's your chance, right? Now's your chance to change everything by jumping in, taking action, and making a new decision. Right? Because you right now are a totally different person than you will be 8 weeks from now. You will actually see yourself different. And you can't fake that. You can't fake how you see. You can't sit in front of a mirror and do affirmations and pretend that you're different when you don't feel like you are inside. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake it. You cannot fake this stuff. What's required is for you to undergo an experience, to become fully immersed. Okay? And somebody else just signed up. I don't know who Team Services is, but congratulations. Welcome to the InspirACTION experience. I guess that's Robert. Awesome, Robert. Welcome to the InspirACTION experience. Right? You're going to be a totally different person just 8 weeks from now. And when you see yourself as different, everything changes. Everything falls into place super fast. Right? It's like when I look at myself in 2009. What did I think about me? Right? I kind of thought I was a piece of poo. Honestly, like just a druggy piece of poo. I wasn't amounting to much of anything. Okay? And I identified as being a broke college student. Like that's who I was. That was my identity. Right? Once I changed my identity, right? Once I changed my identity through the InspirACTION experience, that's when everything started to shift. And the one thing I want to ask you right now, Tanajay, it sounds like maybe you want to jump in and say something. Is that, yeah? Okay. So the one thing I want to ask you right now is, there's a bunch of you that are hanging out here that haven't yet decided to take action, click the button below, and just get registered.
I want Madden.
What's going on? It's like, are you going to continue standing on the sidelines? You're here because you want a transformation, right? you have the opportunity to do multiple payments. Okay, you have the opportunity to, you know, take advantage of my money back guarantee. There's literally nothing to lose, everything to gain. Okay, and I actually just got a text message right now from Nikki, right? From Nikki, my beautiful partner. Some of you know about her and her spoon bending parties. Okay, they're pretty outrageous. Tana Jay's been to them. Her and her son Elijah, they bend some crazy spoons and stuff. I don't know, Tessa, have you been to a spoon bending party yet? Oh yeah, duh, you were on there too. So they're fun, right? It shows you really what's possible. You know, you can literally bend the reality that you see right in front of you. When you can bend a spoon, you're like, dang, I can do anything. So what Nikki texted me about, she goes, hey, you know what? People are asking about the spoon bending party. Here's the deal. You register right now. Extra bonus. You get access to the next spoon bending party with Nikki for free. Okay? That's a 2-hour workshop. Okay? I believe she's going to charge like either $77 or $97 for the next one. Okay? So that's, again, it's like free money here. Oh, here she comes. She wants to, oh, she's like, here, look, here's what's possible, right? Seeing is believing, they say, right?
They're mine.
They can't
Have you
see
seen that one, Elijah? Have you seen that one
it.
before,
Look how cool
bud?
that one is.
Yeah.
Looks like
Oh,
the
nice.
spoon Mommy did.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
Nice, right? And then like this
It's
one
sorta-
too.
It's like yours, but look at his.
Yeah, it's cool. Go grab the spoon or something.
Right?
That's
It's
actually
crazy.
kind of what I wanted to talk to you about, Abram, is, you know, what really made it crystal clear for me and helped me make that decision, and know that this, with 100% certainty, that this was what I needed to step into the future that I wanted to create,
This is the second one I bet.
Wow.
is that the visualization. Have you done that with them yet? I know I jumped on a little bit late.
No, we didn't do that.
Yeah, so I think, because I have a feeling that there are some people on here, and, you know, once they do that, they might realize, hey, maybe that's not for them. But I think that there's some people on there that are like, could really benefit from this and are actually going to miss out on a lot in their life if they don't take this experience. And maybe that exercise will help them gain the clarity that they need to make that decision.
Yeah, and that's in the spoon bending party, so it's awesome, right? Very cool. So I also want to congratulate Alice Galassi for becoming another participant for this coming InspirACTION experience, right? So again, you have to register now if you want access to all the bonuses. If you want access to the spoon bending party, you can learn how to do cool stuff like this. You can get access to that visualization sort of meditation process that Tana Jay is talking about that Nikki will take you through, right? Here's the other thing, right? I have this secret weapon. It's a woman. Her name is Nikki. I live with her. It's pretty awesome, right? And it's like so much of what I have learned and what has allowed me to break through in the last few years is as a direct result of Nikki and what she has taught me. And so your ability now, like she came up here and she's like, let's give them the spoon bending party, right? That's your ability to tap into even more magic. But you got to register now. You got to click the button below this video or the link below this video, okay? Go to inspiractionchallenge.com/special, okay? And lock in your spot now to get all of the fast action bonuses, all right? So let's take a look over here. If there's any questions, let me know. Max, you pumped up, buddy? You ready for this stuff? Allow It to Be says, great value, really wish I could do this. My question is, what is something we could do to have some type of breakthrough to be able to buy the course? Great question. Great question. I think Allow It to Be is Olivia Fisher. So check this out. Are you choosing money? Olivia. I'm calling you out, girl. Are you choosing money? The answer is, and I'm going to just be straightforward with you, okay? The answer is no. Okay? Because if you were, your bank balance would actually reflect it. Okay? See, people think choice and choosing something different is this whole like thing. It's not. Okay? Because you can actually just like choose. you can make a different choice, right? If you look at a drug addict, right, because I used to be one, right? Every day I was choosing to smoke pot back in 2009. Every day, choosing it, choosing it, choosing it. So therefore, I maintained my identity as a pot-smoking hippie dude, okay? What I had to do to change that was to not make just one choice, right? I had to make a choice every single day and every single moment to be something different. I had to choose every moment when I wanted to stop being a drug addict hippie dude, okay, and start being a really rich hippie dude, okay? I had to make a choice to, every single day, not smoke pot. I didn't choose it just once. I didn't choose it over and over again, right? Choosing money is really simple. It means choosing exactly what's required for you to have it, right? It's like a little bit backwards, right? Your question in itself implies the fact that you already have a lack. You have a scarcity. It's not there. If you choose this class right now, the money will show up. If you choose money, the money would be there to take the class. But up until now, you've been making choices based on the money and based on your bank account, right? I believe it was Einstein that said, you cannot solve a problem by the same level of thinking that created it. And by the way, I want to say congratulations to Poppy for becoming a part of the InspirACTION experience. Welcome aboard, my friend. Okay? We'll be getting you all your bonuses and materials to you as soon as possible, okay? I forgot what I was saying. I was on such a tangent there, and then I got all distracted by the money, right? All the money started coming, all the notifications on my phone, right? I love it. I love it. What I think I was saying was you have to. Oh, Einstein said you cannot solve a problem by the same thinking that created it. Very simple. Okay, which means that if your problem is money right now, and you're choosing based off the money that's in your bank account right now, you will continue to bounce back and forth between the bank balance that's there right now, okay, and zero or negative, okay, because you're choosing based on the money, choosing based on the money, choosing based on the money, choosing based on the money. You have to make a choice here, right, that's outside of this current reality. This is a little bit sexual. I apologize, right? Hope you don't get too excited by me, like, touching myself and my fingers and stuff together, right? But here's the thing. You have to make a decision outside of your current financial situation in order to create a new one. For example, when Donald Trump went $1 billion in debt on, I think it was real estate, did he make decisions based off of I'm $1 billion in debt? Or did he make a decision based off of I'm a freaking billionaire and I'm having it now and I'm going to change this? I don't care if I have negative $1 billion on the accounting sheet. I'm having a change. That's what he did, right? I cannot tell you how many times I had an opportunity just like this, just like you have right now, okay, where at the moment I didn't have the money, or I thought I didn't have it, right? Or I thought to myself, dang, like, you know what? If I spend the money now, I might not have the money for this later. I might not have the money to pay my rent or pay my cell phone bill or whatever later, right? That's a reality that many people have to deal with, okay? I did too. But you know what changed it? Was me saying, screw this. I'm having my transformation, period. I am not going to let a silly dollar amount sitting in my bank account determine my choices, right? What am I going to do? I'm going to go borrow the money if I have to. I'm going to go investigate ways to find more of it. I'm going to go work my butt off to come up with the money to do this because I know that I need my breakthrough, and I'm having it now. Are you going to continue to be a victim of money? What I mean by that is, are you going to let it dictate what you're choosing? Because I'll tell you what, I know that if you're here, it's like, again, you're all still here. You're sitting here, you're watching. Make a decision. Choose for you. Are you ready to end the whole like money struggle? Yes or no? It's really simple. If the answer is yes, just click the button or the link below this video, register now, get all the bonuses, jump in, okay? Take action on your dreams, make them come true right now. You're here, you're watching right now because you desire change. You desire massive change. It's not a question of whether or not you have the money in your bank account. The question is, do you want it, yes or no? And if the answer is yes, choose it. Because when you choose it, then you tell the universe that you're actually committing. And guess what the universe does? It goes, oh, you're actually serious about this. You're not just like messing around, pretending that you don't have the money, right? The universe goes, oh, you're serious about this. Okay, I'm going to give you the money. I'm going to give you a way to do this, right? And I'm going to do it fast. When you choose money, it shows up fast, right? That's exactly what Tana J and Tessa did in the previous 8 weeks for the InspirACTION experience. They actually chose money. Because before that, right, if you're not choosing money, what are you choosing? You're actually choosing to not have money. You're actually choosing to not have enough money. It's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. If you want a different reality, you have to make different choices. If you do nothing different, nothing will change. If you continue to sit here on the Hangout and just watch this thing happen, right? If you're somebody if you're one of those people that's like, yeah, I've been sitting on the sidelines for a long time now. Do you like, how long do you want to sit on the sidelines? Seriously, right? Sydney Allen, welcome to the InspirACTION experience. This is awesome. Whoop, whoop. We have a great group coming together, right? Awesome, amazing group coming together, right? Seriously, I feel like, have any of you seen that Shia LaBeouf video this week? You know, and he's getting in front of the green screen, and people are doing all these funny videos with him, and he's like, just do it. Like, I kind of feel like that right now, right? Yeah, right. And then he's like, just do it. I think it is so funny, and he's like kind of got a point, right? It's like, stop messing around, do it, right? Look. You are all still here. What are you doing? What are you doing here if you're not signing up right now and becoming a part of this experience? Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Okay? Click the button below. Click the link below. Sign up. Get registered for the next experience. Let's do this thing, right? Let's change your financial reality. Let's turn you into a totally different person that is a money manifestation machine. Like, you are a magnet. Like people and money and fun and experiences and excitement and joy. All of it is coming, streaming towards you. It wants to be a part of your life. Are you willing to let it? Are you willing to make a decision now to allow it into your life, yes or no? It's a very, very, very simple question, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to make a decision. Are you in? Yes. Are you out? No. If the answer is yes, cool. Click the button below, and you're going to get all the bonuses that we just talked about. Okay? You're going to get all those cool bonuses. Okay? When I end the broadcast, the bonuses go away, period. Okay? Very simple. Very simple. Tana J, Tessa, do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap this thing up? Tanjay, I think you're muted.
Oh, how funny. No, I just wanted to say that I definitely didn't have the money to take the challenge when it was first presented to me. That's why I'm a little bummed out that you're not going through that exercise, but just to share a little bit about that exercise, I had to look at what my life was going to be like if I didn't choose this. I mean, are you willing to have your life not change? Are you willing to not have those breakthroughs? Because that's also what you're choosing when you're choosing not to choose this, right? And obviously my life has changed in ways that I couldn't even imagine since I've taken it. like Abram was saying, it's like, it's not just the money. The money is great, but now, and especially knowing that regardless of what happens, I'm able to go out and create that over and over and over again. That's great. But I'm also having, great relationships, and amazing people are showing up into my lives and amazing opportunities, and all of these crazy different things that I would have never ever expected, or a lot of it even been open to, had I not taken this. And I think that's a really important thing to look at, is like, if you choose this, what is that going to create in your life? And if you don't, what is that going to create in your life as well? So
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That's a really good point. And I know that a lot of people also, it's like, so the money thing is one part. Other people, it's like, time. Time is the objection. I don't have time to do this. It's like, okay, so if your current financial situation is not working for you, do you really think you're going to like magically have time to do it? Do you think there's going to be like a magical moment where the clouds part and that you finally have like the time to do it? Or if you look back in your past, you recognize like, I've been busy with stuff. Like, I have to make the time, right? If this is important to me, it's like, here's the thing. One of the things I had to look at is that if you're spending a bunch of time scrolling down your Facebook newsfeed, what does that tell you? It tells you that in that moment, Facebook newsfeed is the most important thing to you. Pretty simple, okay? The same thing goes with money and creating money. And a class like this, if it's truly a priority to change your money situation and that you know that this is the right thing for you, then you make the time. You come up with the time. There's extra hours in the day. When I did my InspirACTION experience myself in 2010, I burned the candle at both ends for an entire year straight. The average amount of time that I slept per night was like 4 to 5 hours. Because I was up till 1 a.m. and I was up at 5:30 to go to work. I'd work all day. I'd work a 6-hour shift at my dad's dry cleaner. I would go to grad school. I would find some time in there somewhere to go do my InspirACTION experience, like, do it on my lunch break or something like that. I would go home. I would do my homework. I would upload my videos, and there I was, 1 o'clock in the morning. Rinse and repeat. What did I want? I wanted change. I wanted it bad. I was hungry. And I was willing to do whatever it takes. And that's what you have to be willing to do. If you would like to change your financial reality, you have to be willing to do whatever it takes. Sometimes that means short-term sacrifices. Sometimes that means making time for things that are more important to you, like this, right? Sometimes it means making a choice that's different than you're used to choosing. That's InspirACTION. Are you uncomfortable right now by the thought of doing this? That maybe you don't have enough time, maybe you don't have enough money? Good. Guess what? That's resistance, right? That's resistance. Did you hear me earlier? Did you hear me earlier? Just a question. Were you listening? Resistance, resistance, resistance. It's peeking its head. It's super crafty. It's got little thoughts in the back of your head that are like, well, actually, this is why, this is why, this is why. It's like, no, guess what? It's resistance, right? If you want a transformation and it's right in front of you and you're experiencing all this weird chatter in the back of your mind, when you know that this is for you, guess what? That's resistance. And like I said, resistance will always point you in your true north. Okay? If it was a decision to go the other direction, right? If you were going to go do something like go snort crack or something right now, guess what? You probably wouldn't have any resistance to it, right? Because that's a downgrade from where you're at. Unless you're like on this hangout and you're like snorting high on crack or something. I don't know. I doubt there's anybody on this hangout that's like high on cocaine. But you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying. So, Tessa, I feel like you got something to say, and I'd love to hear it right now.
Oh yeah, just like Dennis J said, when I first got exposed to this experience, I didn't have the money myself, and also I felt a resistance, like, oh my God, I have to go to a coaching class every single week at 2 a.m. at night, but I still did it, and I am also doing other groups and building teams, and I have masterminds with my teams and stuff like that. That's what I was also doing. Also have a day job, I live alone. I also have to take care of my house. So, you know, it's possible. And I got so much out of this experience that will change my life forever. So I'm taking this with me for the rest of my life, and I can actually just look at things differently now, and that's so powerful. And I just found out how I could get the money, and then I also made it happen. And yeah, it took me a lot of, you know, we had our calls like in the other group on like a Thursday. So on Friday, I was actually, you know, I had to work the whole week, and then at Friday I had so less of sleep, and I would actually be, you know, like this at work, but you know, but it's totally worth it. And then it was Saturday, and then go after the new challenges again, and yeah.
So it's like, you know, I think you said it, Tessa. It's worth it. It's worth a little bit of pain. It's worth being uncomfortable. I'm guessing you're enjoying the money that you're now getting that you weren't getting before. Right? I think so.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine what your life would have looked like if you hadn't come along. I would be very sad, because it's so amazing to see what you are right now. You know, what you are experiencing, and that's what's you know, truly possible for everybody. Everybody that's watching right now, that's what's possible for you too. You know, and we're here to be an invitation for you to step up and step into your greatness and become something totally different, right? The version of you that is unstoppable, that's confident, that's happy, that's okay with being uncomfortable, right? That's prosperous, abundant, and wealthy in all ways. So I'm going to end the broadcast here. You have literally 60 seconds to make a decision, get started right now in order to receive your fast action bonuses. I am going to go probably have some ice cream. I would, you know, like to celebrate with Nikki in some ways that are probably going to have to be off camera. And, you know, I look forward to welcoming the rest of you into the InspirACTION experience and being your guide and being there with you over the next 8 weeks to make the impossible possible for you and your financial reality. So that's it. We're done with the broadcast. Make a decision. Just do it. Peace.